जय श्री माता जी। हम सब परम पूज्य श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम संतुलन करेंगे। अपने दाहिने हथेली को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे, बाएं हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी की ओर से आने वाली सारी बाधाओं को इस भूतत्व में नष्ट कीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी को संतुलन दीजिए। अपने दाहिने हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे, बाई हथेली को आकाश की ओर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी की ओर से आने वाले सारी बाधाओं को इस आकाश तत्व में नष्ट कीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए। अपनी बाई हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे, दोनों हथेली को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। दोनों हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। अपना संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार चक्र पर रखेंगे और कुछ समय के लिए ध्यान में रहेंगे। जय श्री माता जी। इसी ध्यान की अवस्था में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। उसके बाद कुछ समय ध्यान में रहेंगे।
Today we have decided to have Shree Krishna Puja in the land of Sri Krishna. Though this is the land of Sri Krishna, people ask me why the people are not spiritual. How is it they get entangled into different types of seekings which are not leading to truth? Why is it the people in America not so alert as to recognize what is the truth and what they have to find? Sri Krishna's time was, as you know, at least 2000 after Sri Rama. And Sri Rama created lots of disciplines for human beings to follow in the path of their ascent. According to the time, everything works out. So people were extremely rigid, disciplined, and it so happened that people lost the touch with the truth. They would leave their wives, ill-treat their wives, do all kinds of things in the name of Sri Rama. Because always human beings take to something which is not right. The another side they never saw how Rama went after Sita ji to find her, and he fought. The horrible Rakshasa Ravana to get back his wife. So the other side people never see. Only this side they saw that he was very strict with his wife, and if the wife stayed over in some function, he got so angry and he shouted at her and he threw her out and all those things. That is how Sri Krishna came in. Always incarnations come one after another to correct themselves only. When Sri Krishna found that it is on the other side of ego, that men thought they were very powerful people and they could do whatever they liked, they had all the power to judge their wives. So Sri Krishna came with a new diversion, or I should say, from a new idea about life. He talked of freedom. He talked of abandonment. And he talked that life is for enjoyment. Radha was the source of joy. Ra is energy, Tam is the one who sustains energy. She was the source of joy. And his idea was to enjoy life is the best way to live. And that's why he said that you should pray holy, you should enjoy yourselves, you must have ras, by which you enjoy group dancing and freedom. So people thought that's the way one has to live. Is to be absolutely free, live as you like, especially in America. They thought that to enjoy life is complete abandonment. No discipline, no bindings. You can divorce your wife 8 times and husband 10 times. That sort of a life started long time back, but it really prospered in America. The prosperity of this kind of a culture came to such a level that now we don't know what's going to happen to the family system, to the joy part of it. Again here people forgot the other side of it. Adi Shakti first created Sri Ganesh. Sri Ganesh is the source of wisdom. He is the source of auspiciousness. Through him we understand auspiciousness. And he is a child. He is an eternal child. And this behavior of abandonment is very destructive if there is no wisdom. First thing was to establish wisdom within ourselves. But we start a theory or a kind of a pattern of life without thinking, have we got the wisdom or not? Are we capable of following that pattern of life without any development of our wisdom? But the worst was when the freedom became the criteria of life. People became extremely dominating and egoistic. The first answer always you will get it, what's wrong? You ask them, why are you doing this? What's wrong? I mean, it's wrong because it is not auspicious. What's auspiciousness? Absolutely, like, you can call them people without any brains. Brainless people. Brainless means there is no wisdom. What is the power of brain is wisdom. So life started drifting into a destructive pond, we should say, of no return. And every kind of filth was accepted as a blessing. And nobody would think that this is wrong. This is not for human life. Even the animals are all not like that. Added to that came the stupidity of drinking alcohol. I don't know how they discovered alcohol long time back, but they say it came out of the manthana and out of the churning of the ocean by the suras and asuras, by the rakshasas and by the devas. Must be some trick to get these rakshasas drunk and to some or other manage to get the kumbha of the pitcher of amruta, ambrosia, so that these rakshasas will be lost drinking, and then the devas will get their due, which was amruta, which was ambrosia. That might be one of the reasons that it was created out of the ocean, or among all the 14 things that came out of the ocean. So kind of a opposite quality of things were created. Another thing they created were prostitutes. One may ask why prostitutes came out of that manthana. Because now you have freedom. You are given freedom to choose. And so you must have full vision whether to choose an auspicious life, a holy life, a divine life, or to choose destructive life. This opposition came forward because your freedom had to be respected. That was very important. In the growth of human awareness, it was very important to respect the freedom of human beings. Because animals, if you see, they have no freedom. A snake will be a snake. Scorpion will be a scorpion. Lion will be a lion. They live with their own qualities, gunas. You cannot make them do something that other animals are doing. We have passed through all these different animal units, and now we are human beings, and now we have freedom. Now why freedom? One may ask, because you just ask us question for everything you say. Why freedom needed? Like I always told you before, that in the school they teach you 2 plus 2 is 4, and you have to remember it. But when you grow and when you go to college, you are supposed to have freedom to understand everything yourself. In the same manner, your awareness was to be brought to that level that you could use your freedom wisely. Now you have to have temptations. How can you judge a person whether he is blind or not blind? Supposing you ask a blind person, is this a flower? He might feel no, it's a bee. So he has to have his eyes to see. And once you give him the eyes, he goes amok. He doesn't know what to do, what is good for him. So he chose all that was not at all good for him, auspicious for him, and detrimental for his growth. So the drinking started, and with drinking, you don't know how we get abandoned. I've heard people that they lose their sense of relationship with brothers, sisters, mothers, everything, if you get drunk. So many drunkards have told me this. That is why in this country we have funny type of relationships. One can't understand. How can it be? But it is so. By drinking, all these things have happened, and they don't know who is your sister, who is your wife, who is your mother. In India also we have a different type of thing, that they will ill-treat their mother, they'll ill-treat their sister, ill-treat their wives, the other way around also. But here, they do not ill-treat. They love, but in a very perverted manner. You see the reaction in 2 countries. So this grew up very much. And today we see a country, that is America, in a complete chaos. So this freedom without any wisdom at all growing starts creating a terrible ego. When auspiciousness is given up, then Sri Ganesha sleeps. And as Christ, who is the incarnation of Sri Ganesha, also doesn't burn. So the rule of Christ is finished. So what rules is the ego? This ego which thinks it is free, doesn't know it is bound by all kinds of enemies of very horrible types. At the time of Sri Krishna, he said that the worst enemy human beings have is anger. But I think in modern times the worst enemy human beings have is greed and jealousy. Greed has no meaning these days. I mean, what do you say to a person who has 3,000 shoes, pairs of shoes? Must be mad. There are all sorts of things, in greed you see these days. You don't know how people are really behaving. No one can explain. I know of someone who has 5,000 dogs. What is she doing with those dogs, I don't know, but she has. Like all countries, even in America, I think it's much worse. Much worse. Now you may call it anything, consumerism or anything like that, or your economics, which is, I think, very faulty. Doesn't understand human beings. Whatever it may be, it can never bring benevolence, neither to the person who thinks he is rich or to the people whom he is exploiting. As far as spirituality is concerned, they are all away from the realm of divinity. Now the mind starts working with ego. Ego takes over like a computer. And it starts suggesting ways and methods by which how much money you can earn. So when you start earning money, then again the same ego mister tells you how to destroy yourself with this money. They do all kinds of things when they have money. That money is not a Lakshmi Prasad. It is some sort of a money that becomes like a Rakshasa or a devil and which devours you. It takes you to all kinds of wrong places. It takes you to such horrible theories that nobody would accept such theories. This ego makes you feel that you are perfect, you know everything. Whatever you are doing is the best. But with all that doing, what happens? You become restless. You cannot sleep. Now the problem here is that people have this so-called tension, stress. In our young age, we never heard of this, but this tension, stress. Even now in India, very few people know about it. Because you are destroying yourself. So with this money, say, you want to entice some woman. Take a very low level thing. Then you'll run after her, give her this, give her that, and spend all your money till you become bankrupt. And then you start sitting and crying. This is a common story. I don't know why don't they make films like this to show actually what happens to a person who runs after money and he goes on then spending that money. He doesn't know what to do. You see, money also eats him, I think.
जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी को पूरे हृदय से धन्यवाद करेंगे आज के इस सामूहिक ध्यान के लिए। श्री माता जी, आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी।